Hello, this is Preston Sandlin of Home Inspection Carolina. Today we're going to look at an air conditioning that has a clogged condensation line and it's overflowing. And the way you know this is by the water that's in the pan right there. Kind of hard to see, but I don't know if you can see that. But there's water in that pan that's overflowing. This is actually a catch pan. And what's going on right here is this is your normal condensation line right here that runs out and goes on out. If this gets dirty and it clogs up, then the water that's collecting at the bottom of the air conditioner is going to overflow into this catch pan. See, what happens is this is an AC coil right here. It's got these freon lines going in it and coming out, and what's going in is the freon goes in as a liquid and it's expanded in the coil. That's called an expansion coil, and that's very cold. And so air blows across that very cold air, that cold radiator, and it cools the air, but also it condensates on it. So then that runs down into a pan that's in the bottom of this. It normally runs out that line right there and then goes out to the side of the house. But if that line clogs because we're not cleaning our filters properly, then it's going to overflow. And it's going to overflow right into this pan down here at the bottom. This is your furnace, your AC coil. They utilize the same fan, but that condensation is collected in the bottom of this pan. So everybody out there should periodically check their pan to see if it has water in it. If so, what's going on is your primary condensation line is clogged. Now, the reason this pan is here, this is overheated living area, or living area, and it protects because it would go right into your ceiling. And there's two safety mechanisms. Actually, this pan runs out and it goes back. I don't know if you can see that, but there's actually a line that runs out and it goes out to the back of the, usually comes out at an eave. There's an overflow pan. Now this one's also equipped with a safety mechanism here. It has a float on it. Let's see if that float works. If you lift up on this float, it's supposed to turn off. Yep, and it does. See, the air conditioner just turned off because the float rose. So you've got two precautions on this unit. You have the drain pan, then the float. But this is like a temporary fix. I mean, you don't want the drain pan to, for it to drain for a long time, because this will rust out. But it does protect your ceiling, and there's two safety things on it. Now, things that can go wrong when they first build a house and they come in and blow the insulation, they can put a lot of insulation in and get it in the catch pan, and it can actually clog the overflow. But remember, this is just an overflow catch pan if your primary line's clogged. So if water's in here, it's a bad thing. You need to get your primary line cleaned out. Right now, that's what we got to do with this unit. If the condensation line is leaking, this is where the overflow pan comes out. There's actually two up in the attic of this house. There's one right there, one right there. Notice how they put it by the windows, and that's by design. If you see water coming out of that window, you know that something's going wrong. Now, I have seen a lot of houses that it went on so long they just had rust coming down the side of their house because the pan, the water was in there so long, the pan began to rust, and the rust was what raw water was running down the side of the house. I've seen them going down the road. I almost just want to knock on the door as a public service announcement and just say, hey man, your primary condensation line's clogged and you're just running on your overflow, and eventually that overflow pan's going to rust out and it's going to come through your ceiling. So if this happens, if you got water leaking out here, you need to get your primary line cleaned out. And what causes it is a dirty filter or some reason or another. You got, sometimes on a new house, when they first built it, they were running the air while they were sanding a lot of the drywall, but something has clogged up the primary line. All right, this is Preston Sandlin with Home Inspection Carolina. Thanks for watching.